Hello, this is Mel Thompson, and this is a podcast in a series of podcasts about political risk. Today I'll be discussing Gabon, the country of Gabon, and the potential for civil unrest that is possibly looming in that country. Now, the prospects for civil unrest in Gabon have grown since opposition leader and former foreign minister Jean Ping encouraged a rejection of the current government by the people of Gabon. And in essence, by doing so, he is essentially saying that we need to have a certain degree of an uh, uprising, some degree of civil unrest that would possibly, in this particular case, turn into a civil war. This is not a protest movement, as we would know it here in the United States, that would not necessarily turn into a violent confrontation, and it certainly would not turn into some type of armed conflict. In Gabon, this is a little bit different. The current president is Ali Bongo Ondimba, who Ping referred to as an impostor with blood on the Gabonese people. These are serious allegations in a country that takes insults when you start talking about blood in your hands and violence, and you start mixing all these metaphors together. It doesn't go over well in some places, and Gabon is one of the places you don't do this because you're sending a message. You're using language as a tool. This is not just rhetoric. This individual, Mr. Ping, is sending a message. Now, all of this stems from the election of August 27th, where Ping believes that he won, only to have the election stolen from him and handed to Ondimba. It is clear by Ping's remarks that he has no intention of ever going into a political, shall we say, riding off in the political sunset. He's not going to do it. He's not going to distance himself from what he believes is an injustice. Yet his absence in not taking part in any government function is also a signal that he hopes others will follow. He's not getting involved, yet he's not getting involved. The result will be a political gridlock that will grip this country and possibly bring down this particular government. It's only best case scenario is if the government is viewed as illegitimate and survives. And if that's your best case scenario, you have some serious problems. What this basically means for U.S. companies and foreign direct investors is that the level of political risk in Gabon has risen sufficiently to warrant a re-examination of insurance policies and preparations to evacuate U.S. nationals and protect property there. At no time is it safe to ignore a claim by a political leader that he has been cheated out of an election. A lack of due diligence and ignoring the signs of unrest is exactly how U.S. companies were caught off guard in Iran in 1979. From a purely economic standpoint, trade with Gabon between January and July of 2016 netted a positive trade balance of $8.9 million. Any serious civil unrest that results in government interruption may impact the trade balance in that exports may be slowed or halted. Now, secondly, imports of goods needed in supply chains also could be hindered. Any trading partners, no matter the size, can have an adverse impact on the U.S. economy if political risks such as civil unrest has any type of, like a better word, use it again, impact on imports, transportation, and exports. So imports, transportation, and exports, if they're impacted by civil unrest, even in our smallest trading partners, it's going to have some type of adverse impact upon the economy. Gabon, although not our largest trading partner, it is still a trading partner. The U.S. exports that will be most impacted by civil unrest in Gabon are machinery, iron, and steel products. Meat, particularly poultry, electrical machinery, optical, and medical instruments. Currently, there is no bilateral investment treaty with Gabon between the government that is currently there or any previous government. There's never been one between between Gabon and the United States. So there wasn't one previously, and there's not one now. This raises a serious question about protections that would be enshrined in the treaty that would lower political risk in case there is some degree of lingering, ongoing, serious civil unrest in that country. Right now, the best way to go is to do everything you possibly can to separate yourself from new investments in Gabon until the dust settles and these individuals that are now involved in this political tit for tat decide to either work together, or one of them walks away and says, "This is now something that you have won, you've earned it, and I will stand down." If that does not happen and this continues, I would not be involved as a foreign direct investor in the sense of expanding anything. I certainly would not put anything new into that country if I was a company until this is settled. This has been Mel Thompson.